When I was about 5 or 6 years old, my mom's Uncle Holland was having this big fight with another family that lived over in Zip City, Alabama. And it came to a head, and my Uncle Holland just kind of drove over to the guy's house and got out of his truck and shot him, and the guy died. And people always laugh at that part every time. The fella died, and my Uncle Holland sold his business and hired a lawyer there in town to defend him, who was the most expensive lawyer in town, probably the best lawyer in town, I guess. But in Florence, Alabama in 1985, that probably wasn't saying a whole awful lot. But he got out of it. He didn't have to go to jail, and I think pretty much the defense he used was he needed killing defense, and I think that for some reason that still worked in like 1985. There was already such thing as rap music, and that he needed killing defense still worked. There were computers in the world, and you could still just say he needed killing. I mean, if you'd ever met him, you would have known. And he got out of trouble, but the whole thing kind of got a little sidewise when my family decided to tell me the story. I was probably 7 or 8 years old, so I wasn't writing songs yet. But by the time I started writing songs, I'd kind of forgotten most of what they said, and I remembered that what they said didn't really rhyme, so I just made up a bunch of shit to go along with what the story was. I tried to write it from the other family's point of view, just to make it a little bit more sympathetic. And it was the first song that I ever wrote for the Drop-By Truckers. It's called Decoration Day. I'm going to play it for you now. It's Decoration Day. I mind to roll a stone on his grave. What would he say? He'd say, keeping me down, boy, I won't keep you away. It's Decoration Day, and I knew the heel boys would put him away. My daddy wasn't afraid. Said we fight till the last loss and the last living day. Well, I never knew how it all got started.
I'm good.
Probably with Holland before we were born. Don't know the name of the boy we tied down and we beat till he just couldn't walk anymore. But I know the caliber in Daddy's chest. I know what Holland he'll drive. The state let him go, but I guess it was best, 'cause nobody needs all those losses in life. the last lost since last yesterday. I killed the last lost since last yesterday. I killed the last lost since last yesterday.